What's good? It's your boy Libra Guy. I'm back with another DVD video. This video is just me asking, like, what do you guys think this level, tier level list this killer should be on? I personally feel like she may not be on a level completely as like Nurse or Blight, but I feel like she's S tier in solo queue. And the reason why I say that is because, like, check this out, right? Now, I assume this is like an iridescent add-on for this killer. Again, I don't play killers, so I really don't know. But we all started off with the tape and we all was condemned. Now, when you don't have communication, right? Like, for example, like, now it's kind of like you got to choose, right? Okay, time is against us, really, because we got to do gens before the killer decides to down us and come after us. But we can't ignore the TVs necessarily, because these are her portals. It's like Demogorgon, right? If you don't seal up these portals, he can put a portal here. See, the difference though is, like, Demogorgon, he can put portals wherever he wants. But her, the TV is just where they are. And I assume they like buy like a lot of generators, so that way she could just come and interrupt. And that's what make it strong. That's what make a killer really strong, is being able to be mobile around the map. If you have, like, and for example, right, like, you see like 2 of these survivors, like, and you're gonna see how they get moored immediately, right? Like, this Meg is gonna go down. Felix is already basically there. He's about to be condemned, but this Meg is about to go down, and instantly she's about to be gone. Like, what other killer can do that? What other killer? And the thing is like, I'm definitely one of them people that's like, hey, we gotta knock out gens. Like, forget all of this stuff. Forget being overly altruistic. Because I don't have an issue with being altruistic, but overly altruistic is the problem, right? Because you can only heal so many times, right? That's why I have an issue with, like, blessed totems, circle of healing, repeatedly being blessed, or different, you know, other boons that just doesn't really help. My boy should have been trying to do his tape. He should have tried to find the tape and knock it out. Okay, we were down to 3 gens. It's not like we weren't knocking out any gens. But my boy was basically in chase, and she sees that he's moreable, so she's gonna focus on him, which is smart. But that's what I mean. Like, I just feel like in solo queue you don't have communicate. Like, to me, like, common sense don't exist. I feel like if I'm moreable, okay, I got to do the tapes, because if I don't, I'm gonna end up like him, or I'm gonna end up like the Meg. And I'm already out of it. And that already happened to me, because I run up against her before and I didn't know that she can instantly moor you. The fact that I didn't even know that we all starts off with a tape, and we was damn near all condemned. I was almost already there. But the thing is that in Swifts, I feel like, yeah, hey, go do the tapes. I'm gonna go and knock out this gen. You go ahead and finish it. I'm gonna go take chase. You can't do that in solo queue. And that's why they say solo queue is killer sided. And it makes sense, right? Because in solo queue, there's no communication, and that is the only thing that separates Swift and solo queue, and that's the big difference, right? It's not you don't have to be a bully in a Swift. You don't have to have flashlights. You don't have to do head-on plays all day. It's just simply call outs. Hey, the killer is just on. She's on me now. She's on me now. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just because you in the Swift don't mean you can loop. Now, I'm telling you, like, looping is a skill. I don't care what no one says. I say it in all my videos. Looping is a skill. You have to be able to hug the walls, look behind you, be aware, and at the end of the day, I don't care what killer you're going up against. Well, you do have to be mindful what kind of killer you're going against, because you also have to understand their power and stuff like that, and their abilities. But you also are going against a human being. These are not bots. Okay, you can go to the tutorial to do that. These are not bots. Okay, just because I can hug the walls and turn my right stick to see the camera doesn't mean that I'm gonna always outplay these killers. I still have to be able to mind game around the palette. You know, it's not wise to just waste all your resources, right? But you also have to know when to play safe. And I made a mistake, even though I wasn't gonna get far, because the last guy outside of me was already on the hook. He was about to die, and I wasn't gonna get far. But I decided to, you know, because mind you, she's in her phases and she can hide her red stain, which is also strong as a killer to be able to hide your red stain. But I overplayed my hand. I didn't think I needed to throw the pallet, and I should have threw the pallet to gain some distance, because ironically, Hatch ended up opening up and she immediately closed it. So I think if I would have stunned her a little bit, he would have died, Hatch would have spawned, I probably would have had a chance to go get to it. But it is what it is, right? I'm just saying that's why I can understand why people say it's survivor sided and Swifts, because like I said, you got communication, okay, call outs and taking hits, etc. Now this is just if you guys just want to just watch the gameplay, it's just me going against Vomit Mommy and she's a decent killer herself. I'll tell you the difference between like all these killers in my opinion. Again, I'm not like, I know I watch odds and other videos of who they say is like a strong killer or certain killers, but it's just my opinion, and I feel like it really makes sense if you think about it. Like the Crow Mommy, right? Like, so I mean, not the Crow Mommy, the Vomit Mommy. Her map pressure is really not that nice to me, as far as like, or it's not that strong compared to like what Sadako is, right? Like, for example, the only issue with going against this killer is obviously at like range attacks, she can M1 you or basic attack you, whatever, right? It makes sense. But the issue, again, this is solo queue. My issue with survivors in playing against this killer is they love to cleanse a lot, and they don't understand or care to understand, whether they're new survivors or seasoned survivors, is that you're only making her vomit even stronger and stronger and stronger when you cleanse. That's why it's not best to cleanse all the time. And I always tell people, there's nothing wrong with being altruistic, but you have to understand when to be altruistic. You have to understand that being too altruistic can kill the game. And when you're trying to heal, you can only heal so many times, and we're not on gems, right? It's bad enough that I could be in a chase this long, and these are, like I said, these are not the same chase. These are different chases. It's just that every time I got unhooked, I was able to take her to the strong loop and just have a little fun around here. I love being in chases. But when you compare her to like let's say like the Vomit Mommy to like a Blight, who can run across the map instantly, who can bounce off walls even if he messes up in chase and instantly hit you, or the Nurse, who can just blink through walls and damn near through pallets, and or Spirit, who, even though I know they nerfed her, she still has that phasing thing, you know what I mean? These are some strong killers. I'm not knocking the Vomit Mommy at all, right? It's just the fact that like her map pressure is not like the Sadako's, where she has TVs everywhere and she can blink, she can be there in the instant, and she can instantly Mori you. Bro, I've been at 5 just at the beginning of the game, didn't do the tapes, died immediately. She just looked at me and I was gone. Alright, so that's just my whole point. I don't know what you guys think, but please let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about this new killer? Is she an A tier list killer? Is she an S tier? I feel like solo queue, you know how they say in it's killer sided in solo queue, but it's survivor sided in Swift. I feel like she's an S tier in solo queue, but she's like maybe an A tier, maybe a little bit lower if you have a squad that knows exactly what it is that they're doing. Because if you don't have communication against any killer, they can seem strong. But hey, that's gonna wrap things up. Please like, share, and comment if you have anything to say. And yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace.